Hi, I'm Ruiz, author of California's Next Century 2.0, with a special message for what it means to you. This one is unique in that it is for all Californians. Besides offering that taxes, all infrastructure, including roads, would improve, and that the quality of goods and the marketplace access that you would have would also grow because of the new California economy. Schools would improve and the government would improve. But these are secondary. They are obviously the main point, but there's something else I'd like to take a second to talk about. You see, we're not just going to improve the physical things of California, but by launching into this new economy for California, what we've done is effectively given our people a goal, an inspiration, something to motivate the people and make everyone feel that they're part of achieving something to literally change the world. What I'm talking about is that you are alive now, but your children grow up in an environment where art, science, culture, and jobs are elevated to a level you've never seen before. And your children grow up to be raised to become the leaders and innovators in those new things. We would literally have a renaissance recreated here in California with this economic plan. But besides that, because of the national goal, all of our people would be inspired. I'd like to take a step back. Do you remember 1954 with Sputnik? It launched from the USSR and crossed over America. Now initially Americans were scared, but there was a president named John F. Kennedy who said that America was going to rise to the challenge. People from the day of that speech for the next 15 years were motivated in a belief in America and moving ahead like this country's never seen since that period. I'm offering that we can have that same emotional impact for all society, but just here for California and for the future. Let's take a look at the other option. This is you now and in the future if nothing changes. Well, our economy is 5 years into the recession, and nobody has any idea on how to get out or when we will. I'd like to present to you a scenario. In the 1920s and 30s, they had what they called the lost generation. These were people who were described as basically no good. They couldn't really focus on jobs. They had difficulty holding work values. They had been dismayed by World War I and the rise of the Depression and all sorts of new things, and they sort of lost their way for 10 to 15 years. The effect on America was gigantically destructive. Then in the late 1960s to 70s, there was another group called the tune on and drop out. These people didn't work, they didn't really bathe, and they didn't want to participate in society. Hippies were part of the group, but they weren't limited to it. It was an idea that you don't need to participate in society. The impact to the economy and to the culture of this country was again gigantically destructive. So what happens in the future when our children are no longer inspired? They no longer feel that they need to plan ahead because there are no jobs in the future, and they don't worry about working hard because they're not sure that there will even be an economy to be there. Do we get some hybrid lost dropout generation? Well, take a look around. You already see our youth heading that way. Plus, besides having this as who the new future Californians are, with things staying the way that they are, you would still continue to have the worst taxes, the worst roads, a bad infrastructure system to deliver goods, and the worst schools in all of America. This is happening now. This is likely to happen. I'd like to offer you the choice. Let's talk about making this happen. Let's talk about making this happen to your children and your future. Please consider joining the conversation at cbfnow.org, and thank you.